We begin this hour in the U.S., where the Senate has dropped two proposed conditions that were meant to restrict the sale of F-16 fighter jets to Türkiye. The amendments had been part of next year's defense budget and were introduced by Democratic senators. One condition was that the White House certifies selling the jets to Türkiye would be in U.S. national interest. The other was that steps are taken to ensure the F-16s are not used for, quote, unauthorized flights over NATO allies such as Greece.
President Joe Biden had made it clear in the past he very much supports the sale of these 40 F-16 jets made by Lockheed Martin to the U.S.'s NATO partner, Turkey, but that he was waiting on congressional approval. This was not something the White House or the executive branch could do by itself. And now, of course, we see that these two Democratic senators, Chris Van Hollen of Maryland and Bob Menendez of New Jersey, have had the conditions they proposed on the sale of the F-16s, as you mentioned, that they be certified to be in U.S. interests, but also that they prevent what the U.S. calls unauthorized flights over Greek territory. That those two things no longer, or those two conditions rather, no longer need to be met in order for the sale to potentially go through. Now, the National Defense Authorization Act, which is this massive defense bill that's being debated and will be voted on for next year, is something that's a weeks-long process, and there are hundreds of amendments proposed by senators that are yet to be debated. Much of that will be taking place after the midterm elections, which are a month from now. So you're looking at sometime after mid-November when we can expect a vote. So while it's not a sure thing yet, this certainly removes the major hurdle to the sale of the F-16s from the U.S. to Turkey.